Topic is general anatomy of muscles. Muscles, according to shape, according to number of fibers, according to number. Learning outcomes are nomenclature of muscles, attachment of muscles means origin and insertion of muscles, their nerve supply, their actions, paralysis of muscles, and clinical conditions involving muscles. What do you mean by muscles? Muscle is derived from a Latin word mus. Mus means mouse. So they are named muscle because many of them resemble like a body shape of mouse with their tendons representing the tail of the mouse. Basically, muscle is a contractile unit, means it contracts and relaxes so we can move easily. It brings about our movements. Muscle can be regarded as motors of the body, means they are the accelerators of the body. We can move, we cannot move without the muscles. Action. We have three types of muscles: skeletal muscles, smooth muscles, and cardiac muscles. As the name shows, cardiac muscles are present in the heart. Skeletal muscles are the voluntary muscles. Voluntary means we can move with our consent, with our ease, right? We can control it. But the smooth muscles are the involuntary muscles. They work automatically. The skeletal muscles are one of the basic tissues of our body. They are named skeletal because they are attached to the skeleton of our body, and they are designed for contraction and relaxation and the mobility or the movement of the body. They are named according to their shape. Triangular muscles are named as deltoid, rhomboid if the muscle is rhomboid in shape, trapezius if the muscle is trapezoid in shape. So, if we see this picture, we can see this is the deltoid muscle. You can see the shape of the muscle. It is triangular in shape. But trapezoid muscle is trapezoid in shape, right? And in this picture we cannot see the rhomboid. We can also we can also divide the muscles or classify the muscles according to the number of heads. If the muscle has two heads, the muscle is called bicep. Bi means two, ceps means head. If the muscle has three heads, means three origins, they are called triceps. Tri means three. If the muscle have four heads, then they are called quadriceps. Quadri means four. So this is the bicep muscle and this one is the tricep muscle. Bicep muscle is present in the anterior compartment or the flexor compartment of the arm, while the triceps are present on the posterior aspect of the arm. Some muscles are named according to their location, means where they are present or where they are inserted or originated. As we know that origin is fixed, but the insertion is can contract or relax. Temporal region contain the temporalis muscle. Temporal region is the side of our skull, means above the ear. This part is called temporal because the bone present at this side of the skull is called temporal bone. Frontalis means this muscle is present in front of the head or on the forehead above the eyebrows. Intercostal muscles. Inter means between, costal means ribs. That these muscles are present between the spaces between the two ribs. They cover the spaces between the two ribs. Then the abdominal muscles are present in the abdominal wall. Muscles of the face are called facial muscles. Means these muscles are for the expressions, facial expressions. Muscles for mastications are temporalis, masseter, median and lateral pterygoid muscles. They are for our mastication, चबाने के लिए जो muscles होते हैं. Muscles of tongue. Muscles of tongue are having glosses at the end of the area, जैसे hyoglosses, genioglosses, styloglosses and thyroglosses. Hyo means they are between the tongue and the hyoid bone. Stylo means between the steroid process of the temporal bone and the glossus means tongue. Thyro means between the thyroid cartilage and the name according to their attachments. Sternocleidomastoid means these muscles are present or they originated from the sternum. Cleidomastoid means from the clavicle and they are inserted on the mastoid process of the temporal bone. They are attached to the sternum, clavicle and the mastoid process of the temporal bone. Muscles are also named as flexors. Flexor means they flex the, the action of flexion. If they act as flexors, like flexor digitorum, means flexion of the digits, fingers. If the muscles are in the superficial layer, then they are called flexor digitorum superficialis, means they are present just beneath the skin. If they are deeply situated, they are also named as flexor digitorum profundus, means this flexor digitorum profundus is present beneath the flexor digitorum superficialis. Superficialis is present just beneath the skin. If the muscle fibers are running circular, means just like you can say सर्किल में जो चीज होती है, जैसे हमारे आयरस में, जैसे ऑर्बिकुलरिस ऑरस जो आपका विस्लिंग मसल होता है सीटी बजाने के लिए, ऑर्बिकुलरिस ओकोलाई क्या होता है, जैसे वो जो आंखें कस के बंद कर लेना. इफ दे परफॉर्म सुपिनेशन दे आर कॉल्ड सुपिनेटर, जो की मूवमेंट होती है कि आपने हाथ अपना घुमाया. If pronation is done, it is called pronator teres. Pronator teres, pronator quadrator और supinator जो हैं वो किसके लिए होते हैं, जो की मूवमेंट होती है. आपने कोई चीज स्क्रूइंग मूवमेंट, कोई चीज घुमाई, की लॉक को डाल के खोली, उसे कहते हैं प्रोनेटर, प्रोनेशन और सुपिनेशन. ठीक है. So the muscles which perform supination they are called supinators, and the muscles which form pronation they are called pronators, like pronator teres and pronator quadrator. If we see this picture, you can see this is flexor digitorum profundus, which is present beneath the flexor digitorum superficialis. This is superficialis, and just beneath it we have the flexor digitorum profundus, and this is pronator quadratus muscle, right? Muscles are also named according to their fiber direction. Unipinnate. Pinna means leaf. Uni means single leaf. Unipinnate muscles are having fibers directed in one direction. For example, are the lateral two lumbricals are the unipinnate. So these are the unipinnate muscles. Uni means single pinna. Pinna means leaf. Bipinnate, unipinnate means half side of the leaf. Bipinnate means bi means two, a complete leaf. Muscles are having fibers running in two directions. For example, bicep femoris. Bicep femoris is present in the hip. A multipinnate means multiple leaves. Muscles they are having fibers in more than one direction. For example, deltoid. Also divide muscles according to the bellies. Yani they have two bellies. For example, digastric muscle has two bellies, anterior belly and posterior belly. Belly means thicker part of the muscle. You know, the center part of the muscle is called belly and the sides are called tendon or the fleshy part of the muscle. Omohyoid has two superior bellies and one inferior belly. If a muscle is big in size, it is also called as major. For example, pectoralis major. And if another is lying underneath it and it is small, they are called minor. For example, pectoralis minor muscle. If a muscle is round in shape, it is called teres major, and if the muscle is small, it is called teres minor. You know, major means big, minor means. So this one is the teres major muscle and this is the teres minor muscle. This is digastric belly, two bellies, right? This is the deltoid. This picture is of axilla, right? This is deltoid, this is teres minor and this one is the teres major. If we divide the skeleton, the skeletal muscle, we divide it into two ends. One is origin. This is origin means the point where the muscle originates, it starts, and insertion where it is attached. Origin is fixed, while insertion is movable. Origin is one end of the muscle which remains fixed during its contraction, means during the movement, and insertion is the other end which moves during its contraction. In the limb muscles, origin is usually proximal to the insertion. Insertion is distal. We know that proximal is the point which is nearest to the root of the limb. And insertion is distal. Distal means away from the root of the limb. Then, as we discussed earlier, that muscle is divided into a fleshy part which is called belly, it is a contractile part, and the fibrous part which is the thinner part which is called tendon. It is non-contractile and inelastic. When the cord is when the cord-like or rope-like, it is called flattened, then it is called aponeurosis. So this is tendon. If it is spread or flattened, it is called aponeurosis. Now, if we see the structure of the skeletal muscle, each muscle is composed of numerous muscle fasciculi. These are the fasciculi. Fasciculi is the bundle of myofibrils, and each fasciculi has composed of numerous myofibril or the muscle fibers. These are the muscle fibers. Each muscle fiber is a multinucleated, cross-striated and cylindrical cell. So this is muscle. If you see the diagram, these bundles of myofibrils are called fasciculi. Each fasciculi or each bundle of myofibrils are called fasciculi, and number of fasciculi form the belly or fleshy part of the muscle. The plasma lemma or the plasma membrane of the muscle cell is called sarcolemma. Sarco means flesh, lemma means membrane. It is composed of, so this is sarcolemma, right? And it has peripheral flattened nucleus. You can see multiple peripheral flattened nucleus in each skeletal muscle and longitudinal fibers. You can see having striations, dark and light bands. So this is the beautiful picture of a muscle vesicle or the muscle bundle. Each myofibril is composed of a longitudinal protein filament which is called myofilament or myofibril. Myo means muscle, fibril means fiber. It is composed of actin and myosin filaments. Actin filaments are the thin filaments and myosin filaments are the thicker, which form the light and dark bands. Each myofibril shows alternate dark and light bands. Dark bands or A bands. These are the A bands, which is formed of myosin filament, thick filaments. They represent the darker part, and the light bands or the lighter part, which is formed by the actin filament, which are the thin filaments. In the middle of the A band, we see a lighter part, which is called edge band or edge zone. Between the edge band or the edge zone, we have a darker line which is called M line in the middle. And in the middle of the light band or the I band, we see a line which is called Z disc. This is the Z line or the Z disc. If you see this picture, these are the lighter band or the I band. You can see between the I band we have a Z line or the Z line. Then this is the darker band which is form of myosin filament. And between this darker band we have the lighter zone which is called edge zone. Right? Between the edge zone we have a line, darker line which is called M line. The part of the myofibril between the two Z lines is the contractile unit of the muscle which is called sarcomere. It is the structural and functional unit of the muscle, means it is the contractile unit between the two Z lines, right? So, skeletal muscle is also a supporting tissue or a movable tissue, mobile tissue, right? So, our skeletal muscle is composed of myofibrils as well as the connective tissue. Each myofibril is enveloped by a thin layer of connective tissue which is called endomysium. Endo means internal, mysium means muscle cell. Yani it covers the or it encircles single myofibril. Then number of myofibrils are encircled by a connective tissue layer which is called perimysium. Peri means around, mysium means myofibril, muscle fiber. Then multiple, or it is also called fasciculi, muscle fasciculi. Then multiple fasciculi or the whole muscle belly is composed of or it is covered by encircled by a layer of connective tissue which is called epimysium. This is epimysium, this is perimysium, and this one is the endomysium. Then we can also divide the muscle fibers into type 1 and type 2 or the slow and fast fibers. Slow fibers are also called red fibers. Red color is due to the presence of myoglobin. Due to the presence of myoglobin, these fibers are rich in mitochondria and oxidative enzymes. Because of the well-developed metabolism, they are highly resistant to fatigue. यानी ये easily थकते नहीं है ये muscles. Two are the fast fibers or the white fibers. They are for rapid movement, non-costal muscles. They are pale white in color due to the small amount of myoglobin. They are rich in glycogen and phosphorylase but poor in mitochondria and oxidative enzymes. Right? So they are quite easily. Now we can also classify the muscle according to the arrangement of muscle fibers. Muscle fiber arrangement varies according to direction, force of contraction, range of movement and According to arrangement of fasciculi, we divide the muscle fiber into parallel fasciculi, oblique fasciculi, pinnate fasciculi, or spiral or twisted fasciculi. So these are the examples of parallel, means the myofibrils arranged in parallel way, side by side. You can see. We divide the parallel fasciculi again into three arrangements: quadrilateral in shape, strap-like, and fusiform. And the pinnate or leaf-like fasciculi are divided into unipinnate, means half leaf, bipinnate means arrangement of a full leaf, and multipinnate means multiple leaves are present. Multiple leaf-like arrangement is present in a single muscle. What do you mean by parallel fasciculi? When the fasciculi are parallel to the line of contraction, the muscles may be quadrilateral. This is the example of quadrilateral. For example, thyrohyoid, the muscle between the thyroid cartilage and the hyoid bone. Strap-like muscles. For example, sternohyoid and sartorius. Sternohyoid means the muscle between the sternum and the hyoid bone, and sartorius, you can see this is the sartorius muscle present in front of the thigh or the anterior compartment of the thigh. This is sartorius. Strap-like with tendinous intersections. स्टेप लाइक मीन्स स्टेप लाइक, यानी कि बिल्कुल जैसे कोई इस पतला सा स्टेप हो, ठीक है, विद टेंडनस इंटरसेक्शन मीन्स देयर इज कटिंग और द गैप, टेंडनस गैप मीन्स गैप ऑफ connective tissue between the muscle fibers. So this is called strap like with tendinous intersection. For example, rectus abdominis muscle of the abdomen. Fusiform. For example, biceps, which is present in the arm, and digastric, which is present in the just beneath the mandible, and it has a range of movement in such muscles is maximum. Quick movement. Oblique fasciculi. It is divided into triangular and fan shape. Triangular muscle में क्या जाएगा? For example, adductor longus muscle, which is present in the thigh, and fan shape. फैन शेप, जैसे फैन होता है, ये देख रहे हैं आप, फैन की तरह है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, टेम्पोरालिस मसल विच इज प्रेजेंट ऑन द, दिस इज द टेम्पोरल बोन और द साइड ऑफ द स्कल, एंड दिस इज द टेम्पोरालिस मसल. देखें अरेंजमेंट, देखिए आप, फैन लाइक है. पिन्ना मीन्स लीव लाइक, यूनिपिनेट मतलब हाफ लीव, यूनि मीन्स वन. For example, flexor pollicis longus. Flexor means flexion, pollicis means thumb, longus, lamba muscle. Extensor digitorum longus means they are present in the for the extension of digits, fingers. Bipinnate muscles, like a full leaf. For example, rectus femoris. You can see in this picture bipinnate arrangement of the myofibrils. Dorsal interossei peroneus longus muscle, and flexor holiday. For example, deltoid. You can see this. This is the deltoid muscle, and the subscapularis means subscapularis means on the anterior aspect of the scapula. Scapula is the triangular bone. This is scapula. इसके anterior aspect को होते हैं. Then circumpennate. Fibers are arranged in a circular way. For example, tibialis anterior muscle, which is present in the leg. Twisted fibrils, for example, spiral fibers found in the ट्रेपीजियस देखो, ट्रेपीजियस में आप देख सकते हैं ट्विस्टिंग हो रही है, ये देख रहे हैं आप। पेक्टोरालिस मेजर में भी ट्विस्टिंग हो रही है, मोड़ रहे हैं फाइबर। लैटिसिमस डोर्साई, दिस इज लैटिसिमस डोर्साई मसल, ट्विस्टिंग हो रही है। पेक्टोरालिस मेजर मसल and the supinator muscle, which is for the supination. So this is trapezius, latissimus dorsi, and this is pectoralis major, which is the muscle of chest. Trapezius and the latissimus dorsi are on the posterior aspect of the trunk. Fibers. In certain muscles, the fasciculi are crossed. For example, sternocleidomastoid and masseter. This is the masseter muscle. You can see muscle myofibrils or the muscle fibers cross each other. Adductor magnus. The muscle have been named in a number of ways. We can divide it according to shape, number of heads. According to shape, trapezius, rhomboidus, serratus anterior, and the latissimus dorsi muscle. According to number of heads, biceps means 2 heads, triceps means 3 heads, quadriceps means 4 heads, and digastric. Structures like semitendinosus and semimembranous. You can see this is semitendinosus. Semi means half. Tendinosus means tendon. Semimembranosus. We can divide the muscle according to the location. For example, temporalis muscle is present on the temporal bone. Supraspinatus means superior to the spine, and intercostal means within the. Divide the muscle according to the attachments. For example, stylohyoid muscle between the styloid process of the temporal bone and the hyoid bone. Cricothyroid between the cricoid cartilage and the thyroid cartilage. We can divide the muscle according to the function. For example, adductor longus muscle, flexor carpi ulnaris means flexion of the carpal bones. Carpal bones are present in the wrist. Ulnaris means little finger side. Abductor pollicis longus means abduction of thumb or longus muscle, lamba muscle. We can divide the muscle according to the direction of fibers. For example, rectus abdominis, oblique abdominis, and transversus abdominis muscle. This is the rectus abdominis muscle. Divide the muscle according to the group of actions, means, for example, prime movers or the agonists, which bring about the desired movement, antagonists, opponents, which produce movement opposite to the prime movement. For example, biceps flex the arm, while the triceps extend the arm. They help the prime movers by active control relaxation. Means आपका बाइसेप्स और ट्राइसेप्स मौजूद है तो वो क्या कर रहा है, एक दूसरे के मूवमेंट को अपोज कर रहे हैं, तो आपका हाथ स्ट्रेट है. Fixators, they stabilize the origin of the prime movers, so it can act efficiently. यानी ये helpers हैं. Synergists, when the prime movers cross more than one joint, the undesired action at the proximal joints are prevented by certain muscles which are called synergists. मतलब ये क्या करते हैं, they avoid the undesired action. यानी जहां आप जिस जॉइंट पे मूव करना चाह रहे हैं वहीं पे मूवमेंट होगी, बाकी जॉइंट जहां से गुजर रहे हैं वो उसको स्टेबलाइज रखेंगे, वो जॉइंट मूव नहीं करेंगे. Paralysis, loss of motor power, loss of movement. This is due to the inability of muscles to contract, either because of the damage to the motor pathway or by inherent disease of the muscle, means myopathy. Myo means muscle, pathy means muscular spasm. Localized muscular spasm commonly caused by the muscle pull. जब आप देखते हैं ना, आप बहुत ज़्यादा वॉक करो तेज तेज या बहुत ज़्यादा जो है ना वो रनिंग करें तो मसल कहते हैं मसल स्पैज्म हो गए, सख्त हो गए मसल, पेनफुल हो गए. Generalized muscle spasm occurs in tetanus and the epilepsy disease. Disuse atrophy मतलब अगर आप बहुत लॉन्ग टाइम के लिए यूज ही नहीं कर रहे तो क्या होगा, थिन और वीक हो जाएगा आपका मसल। तो क्या कहते हैं, डिसयूज एट्रोफी। एट्रोफी मीन्स थिन हो जाना। हाइपरट्रॉफी, जो आप एक्सरसाइज करते हैं खासतौर से लड़के तो क्या होता है, वो मसल बल्क बन जाता है, उसे कहते हैं हाइपरट्रॉफी। द बेटर मूवमेंट ऑफ दैट मसल एविडेंट बाय इंक्रीज इन साइज एंड बल्क। मसल रीजनरेशन, मसल्स हैव अ लिमिटेड कैपेबिलिटी ऑफ रीजन। अगर कहीं से मसल कट हो गया तो एक लिमिटेड अमाउंट में रीजनरेट करेगा, वरना क्या होगा, कनेक्टिव टिश्यू आ जाएगा। मसल, द एक्शन ऑफ द मसल्स आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन देयर इंटैक्ट नर्व सप्लाई। अगर नर्व सप्लाई होगी, वो उसको ब्रेन ऑर्डर देगा थ्रू नर्व, तभी जो है वो मसल मूव करेगा। इफ द नर्व सप्लाई इज इंजर्ड, there will be paralysis of that muscle and the action of that muscle is not possible. The flexor group of arm is supplied by musculocutaneous। तो अगर ये कट हो जाए या इंजरी हो जाए तो क्या होगा, it paralyzes the biceps brachii, brachialis and thoracobrachialis muscle. Flexion of the elbow is compromised. To the sensory nerve, there will be loss of sensation। कोई sensation फील ही नहीं होगी। फॉर एग्जाम्पल कोई आपको प्रिक हो जाए, वहां पे कट लग जाए, आपको फील ही नहीं होगा। When the glossopharyngeal nerve is injured, there will be loss of taste sensation। कोई टेस्ट ही फील नहीं होगा from the posterior third of the tongue surface। When the vagus nerve is paralyzed, there will be difficulty in swallowing। यानी आप swallow नहीं कर सकेंगे, dysphagia, फंसेगा गले में। And the palatal muscles are paralyzed। जो palate, if there is paralysis, then there is wasting of the hypothalamus। This is hypothalamus। Wasting अलग क्या है, यहाँ पे thinning हो जाएगी, weakness हो जाएगी मसल। In the picture you can see this is the ulnar nerve injury। So this is the paralysis of gluteal muscle। You can see this picture, there is deviation towards the healthier side। Injury to the inferior gluteal nerve will result in difficulty in climbing stairs, steps on the bus, arise from the chair। उठ नहीं सकेंगे आप आराम से। There is paralysis of gluteus maximus muscle। Then there is the hip extension and lateral rotation at hip is lost if there is paralysis of gluteus muscle। Radiograph of a patient who had posterior dislocation of the hip joint, injury to the inferior gluteal nerve is shown। So, if the inferior gluteal nerve is injured, then the patient has difficulty in climbing stairs or stepping on the bus or arising from the chair।